There was very little talk about university, even when I was in sixth form and we were so close. I had a lot going on in my life as a teenager, not having parents and being a young carer. I worked night shifts when I was in sixth form as well. So teaching or working in the school gave me a sort of a sense of relief, I guess, from those kind of pressures, because I was able to focus on helping and supporting others. And I kind of grew into that, and I did that for a very, very long time. I found the opportunity at UCL working within access and widening participation. And I was interested, I was intrigued by the role of schools engagement officer, because it meant that I was working in this institution which had such great history, and I can now have an impact on young people in a different capacity.
I studied undergraduate physics at UCL for 4 years, and during my time as an undergraduate student, I stumbled across the opportunity to become a student ambassador. It was a Saturday school for students in and around London from underrepresented backgrounds. And back then, one of our main aims was raising aspirations. So it was really exposing them to subjects, activities, things that they can't see on a normal day at school. I was someone from East London, went to a bog standard state school, nothing fancy, parents haven't been to university, and I was just someone that could show them that this is a possibility. If she can do it, then she's a bit like me, I can probably do it as well.
I guess the thing that drew me was the idea of supporting young people from underrepresented backgrounds, such as myself. When I first mentioned to my students that I was going to leave, they said to me, "Oh, sir, you're leaving us, you're such a traitor." And my response to them was, I've been here for years pushing you towards something like UCL, but now I'm going to be on the inside pulling you towards it.
I think the ultimate goal in access and widening participation is for us to create a UCL sort of community and student body that resembles our communities and the country around us. So I think that is the underlying principle of widening participation. That's why we're doing what we're doing.
The work that's gone into the Access and Widening Participation Strategy, which is now 25 years old, has such a great impact. I've seen firsthand, working with the students in East London and the schools around the new campus in UCL East, and seeing already that they are beginning to feel like we're part of their community.
What I'd like to think my work focuses on now in terms of impact is how can we drive change? What policies can we change? What new initiatives can we embed into our practice that is evidence-led? It might have started off as an initiative that focused primarily on access. We just need to get these students in through those doors. Now we are committed to supporting those students who might not have come in a traditional sort of routes and pathways into UCL, but we want to make sure that they are just as likely as everybody else on their course to succeed at UCL.
UCL community for me means change and impact. I think one of the most unique opportunities that I've had is perhaps working on Welcome Week, for example, and seeing all the fresh-faced students coming through the door from so many different countries all over the world, and seeing their excited faces, because ultimately this is the beginning of their future.
There's a reason why UCL is still here 200 years later. It's about staying true to its founding principles. We are going to still champion and be that institution that lets people in regardless of their background, and we will dedicate staff, time, money, efforts into achieving that.